This video is sponsored by Aura.
Now, I remember when I first heard about you. You took out, what, 16, 17 people, right?
And your life was defined by a single action. You changed the concept of time.
Imagine this, you got the perfect life, just bought a new house, have a decently thick Latina wife, a healthy kid, and are building a successful construction business. But now all that's gonna be taken from you. And from now on, you gotta squabble with everyone you see in the prison yard. Also, your new cellmate is a philosopher who's in there for literally ending 17 people. But why? The answer to that question is deeply dark, grim, and disturbing. But why are you hypothetically in a real life prison death match with the security officers threatening to take your life if you don't fight? Well, stick around and find out. But the short answer is the corrupt California justice system. Like in the movies?
No, in real life.
Also, is this the prequel to Shot Caller that you've never heard about? The film starts off with a day in the life of the main character, Wade Porter. He's got a family, a new house, and he's living the American dream. He also owns a construction company. I wonder if he's a weenie who follows OSHA regulations. And he's a cool boss with a great life because he's got a Latina MILF wife. What is this, a David Ayer film? Actually, it's not. At night, things take a toll for the worse because someone's in his home, unannounced. So he does what any man with a family would have done. Secured the location to make sure that his family is safe. The intruder pushes Wade out of the way to escape out of the front door, and Wade follows him instead of staying inside of the house. The intruder's trying to pull a weapon out of his front pocket, but Wade bonks him in the head, ending him.
Say stop!
Wait, what's happening?
He's dead!
It turns out it was just Wade's wallet. The police come in and do a report, and turns out though that Wade messed up by following him outside.
Reaching for something. I thought it was a gun or weapon.
If he was still in the house when it happened, or if he was at least armed, we could make a case for self-defense. He was no longer a threat when he left the house. Yet you proceeded to chase him outside with a bat.
So now he's got to get booked and tried for this so-called crime.
Wait, I'm innocent.
No, what was Wade supposed to do? Wait for the guy to shoot him first?
No, what he should have done is stay inside and dial 911.
Haha, y'all remember when young brave children did that in a mass casualty event at a school and over 370 local, federal, and state officers waited over 70 minutes before they actually tried to breach and end the threat?
Should have done is stay inside and dial 911.
Yeah, sure. And timeout, moral confliction question time. What would have y'all done in this situation? Would you guys hide and call 911?
Call 911 now!
Or would you have done what Wade would have done? But stopping at the front door, or no, going all the way. I personally would have just dragged him in after the fact and planted a gun on him. This is no serious legal stance, this is all satire. In all seriousness, it's a crazy, convoluted, and complex legal process. Please be safe out there. Wade is booked into jail and he's nervous, then this black dude pushes and beats on him. Although Wade manages to hold his own, and that seems particularly familiar.
You white bitch, give me some chon chon! Stay away from me! Chinga tu madre!
Anyways, now he's selling with the Mexican homies and they're chill with him.
You down for yours, Holmes? You gonna have a wreck in here?
Then why did you stay in Mexico?
You need to leave!
Meanwhile, this other character, the philosopher, John Smith, who ended, I think it's 22 people, starts a riot in San Quentin, making all hell break loose. The reason he did this was because that day was his deceased daughter's birthday.
My Maria would have been 27 yesterday.
Is that what this is all about? You gotta stop living in the past, John.
Hey, I am the past.
His old friend is able to liberate him one last time, so he gets transferred and a clean slate.
I'm gonna get him to transfer you, give you a fresh start. But after that, I am all out of favors, you understand me?
Back with Wade, and he gets a public pretender, but she's able to strike a deal with the DA. So he takes the deal and should be out within 15 months for a deadly bonk on the head. Now Wade is on a bus ride back with all these caught and tried criminals. But you know what type of dangerous criminals are still out there? Identity thieves. Luckily for you, this video is sponsored by Aura. Just how defending your family can change your life dramatically overnight, so can unsecured finances, passwords, and online activity. For reals, I'm pretty sure if some online thief stole all your unsecured personal finances, it'd be just as bad if you were stuck in a cell not being able to do anything.
Please, God, please.
Aura prevents this from happening by scanning the deep dark web to alert you if any of your finances or personal online information is out there for the criminals taking. Aura also demands that sketchy, complicated data brokers remove all of your personal online information instead of them selling it and risking your personal online information. Not only that, but Aura also includes VPNs, parental controls, security and hacking alerts, password management, and so much more. So how much is all of this gonna cost you? Well, you can get a completely free 14-day trial if you click my link in the description or if you scan the QR code above. So go ahead and protect all your online activity and try Aura. And thank you, Aura, for sponsoring this video. Now back to the story. On the bus ride to prison, this very eager hotshot supremacist keeps trying to link up with him and letting Wade know about all the penitentiary drama.
Yo, my name's Jake, they call me Snowman.
Also, there's this other guy, Danny Sampson, and he's like the secret leader for the Aryan Brotherhood, but he's also Redwood from Shot Caller, I think. Is this truly Shot Caller's prequel, or is Shot Caller the sequel to this? I don't know the exact cinematic terms. Let me know. Now the lieutenant of the SHU, Jackson, is dropping off his son at school, and he's a good dad.
He's kicking the nuts. Pow!
But is he a good person morally? Find out soon enough.
While you getting the ass in the joint back, I'll swing by your house and hit your fucking kids. Give me a hug. Get out of here, man.
In the bus, the hotshot Snowman keeps instigating with Wade and some other black prisoner. Then Sampson pops a hit on another AB member for a drug debt. Sampson passes the shank to Snowman to hide, but he's a buster and hands the shank to Wade to take all the blame. Once arriving, everyone gets put on administrative segregation, and Wade starts losing his mind in isolation. The officers question Wade, but he still won't snitch because, as we all know that The Sopranos taught us so well, what happens to snitches?
On the face, okay? Give me that, huh?
And yeah, it's a tough spot to be in, not gonna lie. Because of this, he gets placed in the security housing unit, or the SHU, where they keep the most violent, dangerous, and deadly prisoners, like this guy. Not silent, but definitely violent. And the security guards there are corrupt as hell and have a supremacy complex, making the prisoners fight for their amusement and shooting them with non-lethals unjustifiably. Just like in real life.
I'll get you, bitch.
There's also this other guard who's crazy as a dog. He's like a dog, a road dog.
Come on, fool.
There's this new recruit to the unit, and he's a bit naive, looking like an ex-Disney Channel child star. It's Wade's first day on the yard, and...
Watch out, watch out, watch out!
This is also our first insights into the corruption of the SHU unit, with one of the prisoners basically condemning and cursing Jackson like Kratos.
Bitch ass Uncle Tom House, nigga! Yeah, you, Jackson! You ain't shit without that gat, you know it! Bitch ass Uncle Tom House, nigga! Yeah, you, Jackson! You ain't shit without that gat, you know it!
Also, authority abuse time.
That's all you came with? Who the nigga?
Later that day, Smith arrives at the SHU unit, and he's gonna be selling with Wade. And man, oh man, his introduction must have Wade shit in himself.
Now, I remember when I first heard about you. You took out, what, 16, 17 people, right? I think you're a fucking hypocrite writing this shit. Expecting people to what, get something out of it? Find religion and want to change the world. Tukey and his fucking kids' books, and now you.
Also, Lieutenant Jackson has a hard-on for Smith because he's like a criminal celebrity and a legend in the penitentiary system. Also, a lot of his letters and poems get uploaded online, and he has like this big-ass following because he's a philosopher of some sorts. Just saying.
Ted Kaczynski in the house. Wow. That's the Unabomber. Oh, man. Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, that is
Any student of philosophy will tell you the truth about the human condition today lies in our ability to face those things which we loathe most about ourselves, to comprehend human altruism and common decency, blah, blah, blah.
Anyways, after this, Smith puts Porter on check.
You wanna fuck or fight? Either. Keep it that way. I like this bunk.
Later, Smith and Wade talk a bit, and we get some insight into Smith's haunting past.
I remember it all like it was this morning. The look she'd give me like I was the only man that mattered. It on my chest. She liked to listen to me breathing. You can't take that away.
Smith then decides to mentor Wade and philosophizes some more.
Perception is reality. I chose to create mine. Others chose to accept it.
It kicks off with Wade and another prisoner, with Snowman instigating, but Lieutenant Jackson pressures the new recruit to use lethal force for a prisoner for his own agenda.
Sir, he's losing.
Shoot on the leg with the Mini 14.
Then he presses the recruit.
That is the enemy down there, officer. You show these assholes any weakness, and they will send you a message. Is that what you want?
No, sir. That's
no,
not
sir.
what...
That's right. That's not what you want. It's real simple, Collins. You are either in the car with us, or you are not. Which one is it? Because I can transfer you just as easy. Good, goddammit. Now you learn from your experiences.
Time passes and the warden suspects foul play with the shoe securities, but he's like, whatever. Wade's wife visits, mad at him for surviving and being in prison, being a Derek Vineyard and all, I guess.
So what, are you some Nazi skinhead now?
I don't expect you to understand.
They're running out of finances, and now it's a montage of Wade fighting countless others, and Snowman keeps instigating and shot calling even though he isn't a shot caller. So Wade calls him out on this, and Snowman and his goons jump him.
I ain't seen you fight once since I've been here.
Smith steps in and saves him, although this puts his life at risk now. Days pass and Lieutenant Jackson spots the new recruit and his pregnant wife at the store. He's being fake as hell now.
Let me know if there's anything I can do to help, and don't be afraid to tell people around here that you are part of the family.
He seems like a really nice guy.
Is that what you want?
No, sir.
No, sir. That's right. That's what we came with. You can leave it.
Later, Wade returns from the infirmary, and Smith is heated since they're both basically going to be dealt with by the Aryan Brotherhood.
Now you got me in the hat with you. They're gonna green light us both. I should kick your fucking ass myself. It wouldn't be hard right now.
So they're out to the yard, and Redwood is out there now. He calls Wade over, but Snowman keeps acting like he's a shot caller. Redwood also finds out that Snowman gave the shank to Wade on the bus instead of holding it, so Redwood has his crew jump Snowman.
There's my bitch, huh? Should have known after all the shit we did for you.
We? Shut your hole. As far as I'm concerned, you're the fucking lame. I saw how you passed the shank on the bus.
Fight back, nigga. Fight back. Fight back.
Redwood also gives Wade and Smith a pass. We also get some more Samson/Jackson lore.
Why does he hate that guy so much?
Samson gassed him on the main line 5 years ago. Hit him square in the face with fucking piss and shit. Ended up catching hepatitis A, which he passed on to his wife and kid.
Smith philosophizes some more, and we also get some of his disturbing lore too.
Anne's birthday was her first date, anniversary. First day she walked, day they were taken from you. And that empty box, what's that? This is the day we're reunited.
A shoe officer and Jackson are at their kid's softball game, but one of the guards wants to play it cool in fear of getting caught for all of this shit, but Jackson basically sweet talks him. Wade has nightmares about that night, but Smith assures him that he did the right thing.
You did what you had to do. Protect your family. That's the only thing that matters.
And again, did he? Let me know in the comments below.
You know the feeling when you come home, see your wife and kid, try to imagine the unimaginable.
We also get some insight and the complete lore to why John Smith killed 17 people. And I don't know the exact number. This bounces around in the movie, and I think it's 17 people plus 2 more, so it might be 19. I don't know, but he basically got home one day to find his wife and daughter deceased and violated.
My little Maria's broken legs were spread so far apart, they dislocated her hips.
So he decided to get revenge by wiping out the entire bloodline of these 2 men before ending them too.
Why didn't you just kill the 2 guys? I wanted those 2 punks to experience what I did. I killed every member of their family. Their bloodline wiped clean.
Damn, that's brutal. Homeboy basically became a mix of the Punisher and Itachi Uchiha. I forgot the name, I haven't seen Naruto in forever. I want to know, did his victims also include women and children? He said the whole bloodline. I'm pretty sure some of them did because, I don't know, man, this is kind of disturbing. What happened to the sins of the father? Damn. Wade's wife visits him and it's financial problems along with more arguments.
Don't go, Laura, please. Please just sit back down. Please.
At the yard, Wade is upset and he doesn't want to fight, so this embarrasses Lieutenant Jackson and his bitch ass blasts Wade. Later, he interrogates him and presses him. All the while, Lieutenant Jackson is letting Wade know that Snowman snitched about the bus ride shank and that guy that Redwood stabbed on the bus didn't make it, so now he's gonna put Wade as an accomplice to that guy's murder.
That ship's already sailed, Porter. Looks like you and me gonna spend a lot more time together.
Mr. Porter, with the jury having convicted you in count 1 of accessory after the fact to murder, and since Lieutenant Jackson's testimony was so overwhelming, I'm adding an additional 3 years in regard to your gang allegations.
And this scene seems very particular and similar too. So instead of him being released in 4 months, he's now gonna get added an extra 7 years because of Jackson and Snowman's bitch asses? Damn, look what protecting your family gets you. Because of this, Wade's wife leaves him.
She left me.
My girl left me.
So he rages and fights. He hits his bad guy arc, even trashing Smith.
You're letting them beat you. Gives a fuck. I got nothing to go back to now. You of all people should know what that fucking feels like.
Smith does some reflecting and makes amends with his old friends. Later at night, things don't look too good for Lieutenant Franklin, since his kid gets hit by a drunk driver and he has to go to the hospital, to the ER.
It's this motherfucker's 3rd DUI strike.
How do you know that?
Using his connections, Lieutenant Jackson presses the shit out of the drunk driver, which is justifiably deserved.
You better pray the judge shows you leniency, because I will not. They're a bunch of hard-hitting gangsters to pump your ass till you bleed to death.
He inevitably breaks down though. After that, the first dude who jumped Wade in holding is now also in the same shoe unit. Some family drama happens and Wade and his wife make up. So now he's all giggity about it.
Love is the most subtle force on earth.
Wade pleads with Smith to devise a plan only after insulting him.
I don't mean any disrespect, but I know you're never getting out of here.
And Smith flames him back.
Well, last time I checked, they don't commute a man's sentence just because he's homesick.
Please, God, please.
So they devise a plan to get Smith's old friend, who's a retired prison guard chief or something like that, to start an investigation into the corrupt shoe system with the help of Wade's wife. Once Jackson is back from his kid's hospital trip, he's irritated as shit because... So Wade's plan backfires since he wanted to set up the system by setting up a fight in the middle of the investigators' investigation, but Jackson ain't having it.
I'm so sick of all you pieces of shit. I handle this like a soldier so bad you got it. Whether you like it or not, you going into that yard. And one of you motherfuckers ain't coming out alive.
So now he's gotta go all the way. The recruit also wants to help out a bit. And I know I'm calling him new recruit after it's been like a year, but fuck it. So now it's final boss battle time. He's getting his ass kicked and irrelevant question time, but after watching this film and knowing it somewhat took place in the same continuity and universe as Shockcaller, I can't help but wonder to myself, how would Money fare in all of this? Would he be a sick ass fool and be able to beat the crap out of Wade? And is Money's status as legendary as John Smith's in the penal system after the events of Shockcaller? Like, Money was a lot more strategic and cold and calculated, which was pretty cool. And they're both kind of put in the same situation, but I don't know, Wade's a little like more whiny about it, I'm not gonna lie, but let me know. Anyways, Wade is able to turn it around and win, but also actively disses Jackson. So Jackson is gonna blast him, but everyone unites against him, even the Cholos.
Let's get fuck that shit. If they want sangre in their manos, órale, we'll give them sangre.
Of course, Jackson takes this up the butt, so he decides to keep them in the yard, to stab Wade himself, and then blame it on Smith and blast Smith. But Smith has a shank in his glasses the whole time and ends Jackson. although he does get blasted in the process. Sadly, Smith doesn't make it through this. Also, Lieutenant Jackson's partner bails out on him, and the new recruit sets him up by setting up the cameras back on and setting the alarm. All the while, the investigators get to that prison. The FBI is able to crack a deal with Wade and put him on as a witness, and he's almost a free man.
What does that mean? It means he'll get out the minute his original sentence is up, which is less than 3 months, right?
We also get some more John Smith lore.
I guarded John for 20 years. Saved me from the sticking. He's one of my true friends.
Mine too.
And it's a happy ending. The film concludes with some letters from John Smith. And yeah, man, hits the heart. Do y'all agree with these words of wisdom or not?
Yes, prison desensitizes you. But it also forces you to see what's most important. Family and loyalty. You protect your family at all costs, even if you're forced to kill again. Because if I had to, I'd wipe out the whole planet to get mine back. So long, friend.
Man, this movie was good. And did y'all know that that was Val Kilmer? I didn't even know that until I did all the research for that. But yeah, it's kind of weird and cool and almost ironic how the characters contrast. For example, how we're kind of rooting for Val Kilmer's character because he's like this older, wiser father philosopher figure. But I mean, he's kind of a bad guy for ending 17 innocent people, which I'm pretty sure consisted of innocent women and children. While on the other hand, we have Franklin, who is supposed to be in a good guy position, but is actually using it to be a bad guy. Although he does kind of put in place these animals, because some of them are animals, but on top of that, he abuses it and has a god complex. So he's the good guy bad, and Smith is the bad guy good. And then on top of that, Wade's character is understandable to being put into a position that you never thought you'd be in. Although he does whine a little bit too much, but who knows if we were in that position, if we'd whine more or less. And you could make the argument that this movie is the exact same concept as Shot Caller, since they're made by the same director and writer, I think. But I do like Shot Caller a bit more because it's just more of a grand epic, and Money is a lot more precise, cooler, and almost has like that legend status. Thank you so much to Oro for sponsoring the video. Thank you to these freaking sick ass foods for donating to Patreon, because who knows, maybe one day that might be my bail money. Just saying. But until next time, later.